Justin Bieber says the world you think you know is a lie. He claims that behind the velvet ropes and the flashing cameras, he's seen the truth. Music industry bosses and CEOs of global corporations revealing their true form, shape-shifting into reptilians right in front of him. According to Bieber, it wasn't an accident, it was a warning. A reminder of who holds the power and what happens when you try to break free. They wanted me to see, he says. They wanted me to understand that this realm, the reptilian realm, is what controls everything. The labels, the corporations, the governments, everything. And here's the thing, Bieber's not alone. Other stars, other global icons, have whispered eerily similar things. The same reptilian encounters with those in power. Different names, but always the same message. Tonight, we follow Bieber's words down the rabbit hole. Because if Bieber saw what he says he saw, then the people at the top aren't just powerful, they aren't even human. Justin Bieber has become the latest in a long line of celebrities to blow the whistle and dare to speak out about the true nature of those holding the most powerful positions on Earth. He says royalty, global CEOs and music moguls, they're not really human at all. They're shape-shifting reptilians. And when they reveal themselves, it's never by accident, it's strategic. A display of dominance. They choose their moments carefully, terrifying just the right person at the right time to make sure they stay in line. And Bieber is not the first. After a private audience with Queen Elizabeth, President Vladimir Putin told aides that she wasn't human. He claimed her hands shifted to scales, her eyes went black, and her frame grew taller and more imposing. To him, it wasn't a queen he was meeting, it was a predator in disguise. Britney Spears, before her battles became public, hinted at something darker. She said that record executives who owned her career would occasionally shift before her eyes, revealing reptilian forms as a way of breaking her will. It wasn't just intimidation, it was ownership.
I went with this one guy and he just he looked like a lizard. I was so scared. He was sitting there and I turned him, I was like, oh my God. I was like, holy shit, he looks just like a lizard and I had to go. It was really bad.
So you just left? Wow.
Immediately.
Lady Gaga has whispered about a similar experience. She met Prince Charles in 2016 during the Royal Variety performance in London. Her words were blunt. He was not human. Lady Gaga described Prince Charles as towering, nearly 8 feet tall, with flickering yellow eyes and scaly skin the colour of an iguana. She said that he shifted between this form and his human disguise 2 or 3 times after introducing himself backstage. Later, during her performance of A Million Reasons, she spotted him again in the audience. His face flickered between human and reptile, the glint of sharp teeth flashing in the stage lights. According to Gaga, the transformations weren't random. They were deliberate, calculated displays of power and displays of dominance. A warning not to betray the reptilian Illuminati bloodline he represents. Then there's Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan, who broke the silence on his own encounter with a shapeshifter deep inside the music industry.
You saw someone shapeshift?
Oh, God.
Is it? Is that real, or were you fucking with people?
No, it's true.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
Because when you told me that you enjoy Kaufman-like moments, I was like, okay.
No, it's
maybe...
true. I would tell you off grid, but I won't say it publicly.
Really?
The only way I'd say it publicly is if I write it. And I've been writing this book for years, and it's in the book.
Really? So
I'd tell you off grid, but I can't. It's look. I know Alex Jones sat in this seat, you know, right?
Corgan didn't name names, but he told Howard Stern that this was no ordinary member of the elite. He said he watched in shock as somebody he knew and trusted morphed into something that was not human. For a brief moment, the mask was gone, skin shifting, features warping, an unmistakable glimpse of the reptilian form beneath.
Let's just say I was with somebody once and I saw a transformation that I can't explain.
The person transformed into something other than human.
Yes, I saw it.
You were talking to someone. They said to you, look, something's going to happen here. I'm going to morph into something else.
Imagine you're doing something and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there.
You still standing by it?
Absolutely. I know it happened. In fact, it happened twice. And on top of that, what's amazing is we live in a world where, you know, I mean, look, I've been in public life on some level for 30 years.
Yep.
People treat it as if I'm crazy.
Yeah. The second time you saw a shapeshifter, where were you? Probably at Darcy's house.
It was the same. It was the same person.
Oh, it was.
This happened with the same person twice.
Billy, when will you announce who this person is so I can investigate? Seriously.
I wouldn't name names.
But it's a famous person, right?
I wish it was somebody famous.
Yeah, because then that would be awesome.
Well, I told you in private the story. Could you keep my confidence?
Yes.
All right.
Justin Bieber has now joined the chorus of voices describing the same dark revelation. The elites of our world are not human, but reptilian shapeshifters who show their true form to those they intend to control. He says they revealed themselves to him as a demonstration of power, a reminder of who rules from the shadows. Elizabeth's final years were haunted by whispers that refused to die. From palace staff to ordinary citizens, thousands claimed that they had seen the same horrific vision, the Queen herself flickering into a reptilian form before their eyes. Black eyes, scaled hands, and a presence that seemed to stretch taller, colder, and less human with every passing second. And in close second place was Barack Obama. Reports have surfaced for years that he's revealed his reptilian form in front of hundreds of people, at private fundraisers, behind the walls of power, and even in fleeting moments on the public stage. Each account eerily consistent. The eyes flashing yellow, the skin rippling like scales beneath the surface, the unmistakable sense that something inhuman was looking back. Now the claims are multiplying. They're no longer fringed whispers, no longer stories that can be quietly buried. Reports of reptilian encounters are becoming so common, the mainstream media can't suppress them all. Even Congress has been forced to listen. In recent UFO hearings, experts testified under oath about multiple alien species interacting with our own world. 4 distinct types, they said. And among them, the reptilians. The very same beings celebrities, world leaders, and ordinary people alike have been describing for decades.
At a recent UFO hearing on Capitol Hill, physicist Dr. Eric Davis, who you can see there in the sort of tan jacket, he worked on top secret Pentagon projects. He told members of Congress under oath that there are 4 different types of aliens that have a possibility of being operators of unidentified crafts. He witnessed them perhaps firsthand and even heard from other sources at secondhand. I'm not exactly clear on that. The 4 distinct alien types that he claims are this: Greys, Nordics, Insectoids, and Reptilians.
For the first time, the veil slipped in an official setting. The existence of reptilian entities wasn't just rumour or conspiracy, it was spoken into the congressional record. This is important, because as Jason Sands told Rogan, those in power are terrified of even whispering about the reptilian race. Terrified of exposing their hunger, their rituals, their obsession with blood. It's the shadow running beneath every industry, every government, every throne.
They don't want to talk about the reptilians.
They don't want to talk about the reptilian presence at all. They would talk about the tall whites and the Greys being in the lab environments. You know, not a lot, but some. But these reptilians, it was like nobody wanted to talk about it. I did do some research after that person talked to me, because I did see that there is a reptilian race that is very malign like that. And they even have, according to what I read, this one race has a penchant for blood for some reason. It's like a shark frenzy with them. They have,
like a real reptile.
It's a euphoric experience for them. Yeah, a reptilian race that does that.
And that brings us back to Justin, because while politicians and royals get whispered about, his story comes straight from the inside, told not just by him, but by those closest to him. What he described in those record label meetings matches the very reports Congress has now put on the record. The same reptilian presence, the same grotesque flicker between human and something far older.
Man, people think Justin's just wilding out when he says this stuff, but nah, he told me straight up what went down. This was a couple years back, around when he was talking to the label about the tour for Justice and some new music he wanted to drop after that. Big meeting, like not just his regular team. This was the heavyweights, the real top of the food chain execs, the ones you never see in the press. So he goes in there, right? Suits everywhere, long ass table, all polished wood and bottled water lined up like it's church. And then boom, he said it just shifted. Not like a glitch in the Matrix type shit, but like a pressure in the air. He heard this low buzzing sound, almost like it was inside his head. That's when he realized they weren't actually shape-shifting. They were hitting him with some kind of frequency straight into his brain, flipping how he saw reality. He told me their skin started peeling into this nasty reptile texture, greenish gray, slick like an iguana fresh out the swamp, faces stretching, jaws opening too wide, teeth all sharp and wet. Their eyes went yellow with these vertical slits blinking sideways like snakes. And the tongues, bro, forked, darting in and out like they were tasting him. He swore he could feel them feeding off his fear, like that was the point of the whole performance. And they knew exactly what they were doing. One of them leaned in, smiling with those razor teeth, while the others flickered back and forth between human and lizard. Justin said it felt like a warning, like them saying, like, we own you, like, don't forget it. And here's the crazy part. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. He's told me he's spotted it since. King Charles at some event, taller than he should be, scales catching the light. Even big-name CEOs, top tech guys, bankers, same flicker, same reptile face flashing through. And then, back to human like nothing happened. Justin's dead serious about it. He says these things run the whole damn game. Music, business, politics, everything. And when they show you their true face, it ain't an accident. It's their way of saying play your role or else.
For thousands of years, cultures around the world have told stories of serpent gods, dragon kings, and lizard beings who ruled from the shadows. From the Nagas of ancient India to the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl in Mesoamerica, the pattern is the same. Beings that walk among us, half hidden, manipulating the course of human history. And according to the theory, these entities have perfected the art of control, not just by ruling directly, but by shaping what we believe to be true. They've been manipulating information for millennia, seeding lies, rewriting history, and distorting perception to keep humanity divided and blind. The myths, the media, the institutions we trust. They say it's all been engineered to mislead us, while the reptilians feed. Generation after generation.
The story of reptilian humanoids living among us goes all the way back to the beginning of recorded history. The oldest official writings on Earth are the Sumerian texts. They describe a reptilian race that genetically modified human beings with their own reptilian DNA. All three of the Abrahamic religions describe a reptilian race of humanoids that live among us. The story of the Garden of Eden in the Torah, wherein Adam and Eve were created in the image of the Elohim, reptilian beings known as the Nachash began breeding with Eve so that they could be more like the Elohim. According to the Torah, these Nachash were obsessed with genetic modification and still live among us today, where they feed off a substance called afar, which is the same substance that human beings are made of. In the Christian Bible, this creature is described as a serpent in a tree. In the Nag Hammadi, early Christian Gnostics wrote of a race of creatures known as the Archons, described as a reptilian humanoid. These Archons fed off of humans, including negative emotions such as fear and anger. The Quran also has writings that describe reptilian creatures who live among us, known as the jinn. The Australian Aboriginal people have traditions and paintings that date back thousands of years, depicting a rainbow serpent creator god. And about 10,000 miles away, the Aztec Mayan serpent gods Kulkukan and Quetzalcoatl are also described as rainbow serpents, and were believed to have created human beings using their own DNA. This is found everywhere. The Druids of England called it Hakpen. The Romans called it Glykon. In Africa, it was Niami Niami. In Egypt, it was Apapus. Many royal bloodlines have claimed to be descendants of these serpent gods, such as Alexander the Great of Macedon, Emperor Jimmu of Japan, and the Dragon Dynasty of Media, now known as Iran. The Nagas serpent beings of India are believed to still live among us in underground cities, and the Hopi Indians have stories of underground cities that are home to thousands of lizard people.
Which is interesting, considering what surfaced in 1934. The Los Angeles Times ran a story about engineers excavating beneath the city, and what they claimed to uncover was nothing less than a reptilian city. Tunnels, chambers, artifacts, and even markings said to resemble lizard figures carved into the walls.
They've been keeping this from you. This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines. But this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufelt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system.
From ancient myths to hidden cities, from royal palaces to Hollywood boardrooms, the reptilian story stretches across time, culture, and power. And now, it's resurfacing in the voices of those who've seen too much to stay quiet. Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Billy Corgan. Even the Plain Lady.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Each of them describing the same grotesque flicker, the same cold eyes, the same warning to stay in line. The question isn't whether the encounters are real. The question is, how long can the truth be hidden when the stars themselves are shining a light on the shadows?